You're watching KATU News on Digital.
Hello there, I'm Sarah Bagby, your host today for DigiCast. It is Wednesday, June 12th. I'm in for Noelle Ford. And today we're going to get right to it. We're going to talk about national news. You probably heard a little bit about this, but Hunter Biden is officially a convicted felon. And this is actually the first time we have ever had a sitting president's son be convicted in a federal court. So kind of a big deal here. The decision to convict Hunter on 3 felony gun charges was made by the 12-member jury yesterday in Wilmington, Delaware. Now, prosecutors say Hunter lied about using drugs when he bought a gun in 2018, while lawyers for the president's son argued he was starting to turn his life around and didn't use any drugs in those 11 days that he owned the gun. Now, Hunter could face up to 25 years in prison and a fine of up to $750,000. Now, Hunter did have a response to this conviction with this following statement. He writes, quote, "I am more grateful today for the love and support I experienced this last week from Melissa, my family, my friends, and my community than I am disappointed by the outcome. Recovery is possible by the grace of God, and I am blessed to experience that gift one day at a time." Now, his lawyers say Hunter Biden's defense team will continue to pursue all legal challenges available, and we'll be keeping you updated on that, of course. Let's talk about something else a little bit more local here. We also have the topic of cell phones in the Portland Public Schools being taken out of the classroom. This is something that it's just a plan in place, but it's something we've been talking about. You might know about it, but we always have these developments on it, and we actually have Shelby Slaughter on hand to talk about this. So first, let's talk about what the newest development is with this. So KATU is on your side tracking this development, a district-wide policy where the PPS board plans to use data from Grant High School's pilot program, which is partnered with a company called Yonder. Now, we'll have students lock their smart devices in Yonder pouches until the end of the school day. And the PPS Policy Committee also pointed out that not all the schools can actually afford this program. So Grant High School paid $60,000 for these pouches with their own funds. And that's even with a discount. That's the early adopters discount. So the committee will continue working on options before surveying the students and getting their feedback. So we have Shelby Slaughter here who's been following this. Thanks for being here today, Shelby.
Of course.
So the thing that I want to know is, I know we're going to be getting feedback from the Grant students at the end of this program, but you went there yesterday just to get a little feedback a little early, correct?
Correct. So I did go out to Grant High School, and so seniors are already out. They are essentially done with school, and they're getting ready for graduation. So I talked to some incoming seniors who are juniors now, because they will be the ones impacted by this, and just kind of what they think. And, you know, a lot of them told me they just wish their teachers would take more accountability in the classroom and telling them to put their phones away. They tell me some teachers tell them no phones. Other teachers tell them, oh, well, when you're done with your test, you can get on your phone. So
wow. Okay, so just to clarify then, do the students kind of understand the importance of this, and they understand that, you know, during it we shouldn't have them, and they're okay with the teachers taking them away? Are any of them fighting that?
It was interesting that you say that, because I did meet one student who said that some teachers actually take attendance by their cell phone. So what they'll do is they'll actually put them all in a caddy. And so some teachers actually do take the phones away already in the classroom. So when you think about it, yeah, like each teacher has their own policies in their classrooms and how they like to run it. So that's why the students were telling me, we wish the teachers would actually do more.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that we're getting feedback from the students. I actually imagined all of them would say, just don't take them away, and we need them. And I mean, Shelby, I'm a lot older than you, though in my day, we didn't even have cell phones in the classroom, really. We may have had Walkmans, Discman, you know, we didn't have MP3s either, but we were told, you know, you couldn't listen to music because it was distracting. And then I know you being younger, did you have phones in the classroom?
You know, we were just talking about this off camera, and I had to think back. So when I was in high school, I remember my year was like the first year that the iPhone went to Verizon, so more people got the iPhone. And so that was when people started getting their hands on iPhones. So for the most part, we had those, like, was it like the LV Touch or whatever it was? So people were typing, like, it was like the BlackBerry era. So a lot of students and kids, we didn't have that. But even just listening in on the policy meeting yesterday, teachers are worried because every student now has a smartphone. And it's not just the idea of cell phones in classroom, it is the smartphones in classrooms, and every student has one now. And so that was kind of like just a little bit after me where everyone's starting to get those.
Okay, because there's so many topics with that. There's the opportunity to cheat, obviously, but then there's just, going on it and playing games instead of listening or distracting other students around you. So it sounds like there's a lot more to it that I didn't even think of. But it sounds like the students understand it, and it's more like they just need to figure out the one concise way to do it.
Mm-hmm. And, we are looking at a generation that has had these smartphones for years. Mm-hmm. And it's not just texting their friends. It's social media. It's Instagram. It's Facebook. It's Snapchat. It's all of these apps that these kids rely on and use every single day. And so, focusing on your phone every day, teachers are worried that they're not even getting the personal interaction that you and I are getting right now because their heads are buried in their phones. That is
true. I can see how this would be beneficial. I just hope they can figure it out. And 60,000 seems like a lot. I just wondered why they weren't all just doing their own little pouches, but we'll find out what happens, I guess. You'll be tracking this, right?
Exactly. So just to say, Grant High School was an early adopter, so they got a pretty big discount on it. And all of these pouches, they are for each student. I will say, so I went to a comedy show several years ago in Los Angeles, and a lot of comedians are actually already adopters of a program like this.
Oh, okay.
So I forget what comedian I had went to, but you put your phone in a pouch, and then as you're walking out, they unlock it for you. And a lot of comedians say that it makes people more present. They have better shows because people aren't bored and typing on their phones.
Or videoing it.
Exactly. So it's a very similar program that they're going to be adopting at Grant High School.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, when we find out more, will you come back and tell us the updates,
I'll be here. Keep my seat warm for me.
Oh, I will. Thank you, Shelby.
Of
Thanks.
course.
I know you're super busy, so I'll let you go and work on those other stories
Great,
for this
thank you.
evening. But yeah, thank you, Shelby. All right, so that is really cool to know, and we'll have her back for that. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about is the summer heat is coming, and so Portland is doing something really cool for people who don't have air conditioners or who may be high-need families. So I want to talk about that and help you get on board for this, because if you need an AC, an air conditioner unit in Portland, you may be eligible for this. So here's what you would need to be eligible. You would need to either be a low-income household or be over 60 or have high medical needs or live alone. Now, to request a unit, you could just call 311, or you can fill out a form online, and we do have a link to that on KATU.com. So feel free to go there to find out more. Now, just so you understand what this is all about, it's part of a program called the Cooling Portland program, and this was launched back a few years ago, but because of June 2021's big heat wave. You remember that? We even had people who died from that. So we don't want to have that happen again. We're trying to make sure that we're better prepared for these heat waves. Now, the program's goal is to install 15,000 cooling devices to homes in need. So pretty cool there. I also wanted to talk about the fact that Vancouver and Clark County, they're doing something a little bit similar. It's not the same kind of program, but it is helping people who are high need, who can't really pay their utility bills. So I wanted to bring that up for you as well. So let me bring that up. I'm sorry, it's taking me a moment because I can't find it, but I have it. Here we go. So here is what you would do if you want some energy assistance. That's what they call it here in Clark County. To inquire, you can just call 1-855-353-HEAT, and HEAT is 4328. So good news there. And one more thing that I think is really, really cool is, where do you think the best restaurant in the entire United States would be? Right here in Portland. It's so cool. Yesterday we got word that we are the winners in Portland for our restaurant called Long Bon. And this is a restaurant that is actually in Northwest Portland. It's a Thai restaurant. It's right off of Thurman and 23rd. Now, it's a 24-seat space inside Phuket Cafe. And they were just presented with the James Beard Award yesterday for being the most outstanding restaurant in the country. Now, the owner, who is Earl Ninsom, so congratulations, Earl, he says it offers a multi-course tasting menu, and it also kind of combines Thai food with influences from the Pacific Northwest. So pretty cool there. We also talked, oh, I even have pictures of it here, so that's kind of cool. So what we have here is a very spendy restaurant, but worth every single penny. We're talking about a tasting menu that costs $125. But we also learned that the chef who's there has worked at many other restaurants, and he really loves being a part of this particular one. So we talked to him, and here's what he had to say.
I think everybody at this restaurant comes to work here because they've seen and, admired what Earl has done in this city, with the Thai food scene that he's created, and we all want to be part of it.
Now, Longbond is open Thursday through Sunday. Reservations are released 1 month before, so in 1 month blocks, and they become available the 15th of each month, which means in 3 days you can make a reservation. So I highly recommend it. And last on our list, you remember that bull that jumped over the fence at the Sisters Rodeo, about last weekend? Well, a lot of people were wondering what happened to that bull. Everybody wants to know. We had 3 people injured. They're okay, but what about the bull? Well, it turns out this bull, and get this, his name is Party Bus. Even though he injured 3 people during his escape, he was not punished. And I will bring up a video, so in case you didn't see this, you have to see this bull. Here we go. So the bull named Party Bus injured 3 people. They were fine. He is fined. His owner, Mike Corey, said the bull simply made a mistake and he didn't intend to hurt anyone. Corey said Party Bus will live out his days on the ranch in eastern Washington, siring baby calves. So good news there. And you've ever heard that term, this isn't my first rodeo? Well, according to Corey, this was Party Bus's first rodeo, and it will also be his last. So much like Ferdinand the Friendly Bull, he will be in the pasture smelling flowers. And we'll leave you with that. Hopefully you'll be smelling the flowers today. Enjoy the sunny day out there today, and join us tonight for our 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 6 o'clock shows. And we'll be back here for DigiCast tomorrow at 11. Have a great day.